So one wheel could cost over $1,900.
Hey guys, so we checked out Italian Parmesan cheese and found out that if you ever see a Parmesan cheese in the United States and it's made in the United States, yeah, it's fake. So we're gonna be checking out another video related to cheese. This is gonna be the third video that I've checked out related to cheese. Yeah, you guys recommend a lot of cheese videos since I check out cheese videos. Anyways, but this one is titled "How Swiss Emmentaler cheese is made." I've never heard that name before. Maybe I'm doing bad pronunciation because I know this is a Swiss product. But without further ado, let's check it out. And you guys can let me know some more about this cheese if this video doesn't cover enough about it. And yeah, without further ado, man, let's check it out. Wait, what? How does it... Dude, that doesn't look like cheese. That is the most beautiful cheese I've ever seen. It doesn't look like cheese. It just looks like perfection. Like, it doesn't look like real cheese. It's so perfect.
My name's Ju, and today I'm at the Emmentaler to show you how traditional Emmentaler cheese is made.
Emmentaler?
To show you how traditional Emmentaler cheese is made. Now I'm actually in the village of Affoltern in Emmentaler, which is in a region just east of Bern. 80% of all Emmentaler production comes from this region, with 150 producers. And its name comes from here. There's the nearby river Emme and Tal, meaning valley in German.
In the US, it's known as Swiss cheese. Emmentaler has iconic holes in it, and it's also the world's largest cheese. Emmentaler AOP can only be produced in these regions in Switzerland. It was granted AOP protection.
Holy smoke! So American Swiss cheese potentially could also be not real, authentic. Holy smokes.
In 2002, meaning that these areas are the protected designation of origin. But there are a few qualifications for this. The milk has to be from dairy farms no fewer than 20 kilometers away, and it must be produced using raw milk. 17,700 tons of Emmentaler are produced each year in this region by 150 family dairies. Cheese production started in this area over 200 years ago. It's a hilly region, so good for cattle grazing. The Emmentaler show dairy was opened in 1989.
The process of cheese starts at the farmer, so we need a high quality raw milk. Then we heat up the milk on 32 degrees. We put inside the bacteria, the rennet. We have to wait because the rennet make a relationship between the fat and the protein. You are cutting the curds down to a size of 4 up to 6 millimeters. And then you're heating up another time to 53 degrees. You're pumping up to the forms, and then you are pressing that for 12 hours.
The cheese is pressed under hydraulic pressure for up to 12 hours. It then spends 8 weeks in the warm fermentation cellar at 22 degrees Celsius.
8 weeks? Hold on. So you're trying to tell me that... I thought this was like... That's it. Dude, 8 weeks. 8 weeks is 2 months.
To a storage cellar for up to 2 months before it's collected by...
Hold on. No, what?
At 22 degrees Celsius. It then goes into a storage cellar for up to 2 months before it's collected by the wholesaler.
So it's 4 months. Dude, that's a whole quarter pass. Oh my gosh. So it takes you about 4 months just to make these damn cheese? 4 months!
Hours. It then spends 8 weeks in the warm fermentation cellar at 22 degrees Celsius. It then goes into a storage cellar for up to 2 months before it's collected by the wholesaler. This makes a famous sweet taste and smooth texture of the cheese. The world famous holes? They're created by a reaction in the bacteria. After 1 month of storage, a strain of bacteria, Propionibacterium shermani, consumes lactic acid and releases carbon dioxide.
Creating bubbles.
These bubbles become trapped in the cheese rind and form holes, also known as eyes. But why are the cheeses so large? The size of Emmentaler wheels is heavily regulated, as most have a diameter of 80 to 100 centimetres. They need to be a minimum of 75 kilograms. For cheese produced here, a kilogram costs 19 Swiss francs, or $19. So one wheel could cost over $1,900.
We have to pay.
Wow. 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 Okay. Okay. Prestigious. Wow. I don't think there's any wine out there. $1,900. I don't know that.
Taxes also in Switzerland. And 200 years ago, they have the regulation that you have to pay the taxes on a piece and not on kilogram. So they make a big cheese wheel and they have to pay only once the taxes. And still 200 years, we're producing this at minimum 75 kilogram wheels.
The cheese is matured into a 4-month classic, 8-month reserve, 12-month AOP extra, and the 24-month Le Roi d'Emmental.
The taste of the Emmentaler AOP, it's unique. Compared to copies, it's comparing if you take a red wine and a good red wine.
We visited the Schaukäserei restaurant to try the cheese.
And we go for the classic, it's 4-month age. What you can see is the springy kind of rubbery texture to it. Let's give this a try. It's so much more flavoursome than other Emmentaler that I've had. It has a really full flavour to it because it's made with raw milk, not pasteurised milk that you might get in the States. It's just a very, very kind of full, rich, milky flavour that is very tasty.
But how does this differ to the 12-month aged?
It's a lot less kind of springy and bouncy to the touch, but that rich, nutty flavour is really starting to come through. This room downstairs when we went into here in the dairy was the room that, as the minute you walk in, there's this beautiful nutty aroma that hits you, and that is exactly what you can get in the cheese now. It's gone from sort of like a fruity, mild cheese to something which has this texture to it and it's very nutty.
To be an authentic Emmentaler cheese, it needs to have the Emmentaler logo and a bespoke cheese number.
On the rind, we put our brand on top before we press the cheese, and this is something like a tea bag, and this is growing directly into the rind. So if you are cutting the cheese wheel into pieces, on each rind you should find a part of this Emmentaler Switzerland logo, and you find also a little number on top. And with this number, our customers can go on our website, emmentaler.ch, and give this number inside, and Google Maps shows you where this product was produced in which dairy.
Dang.
And the dairies need to have this protection. Emmentaler is the world's most copied cheese.
So 95% of that what is sold as a Swiss
Hold
cheese.
on. Isn't like if you put cheese in Google or anywhere, I am so sure that this is the most famous looking cheese. Like when you think about a block of cheese, you think about a block of cheese with some holes in it. I am absolutely actually kind of sure that this is probably the most famous. Okay, I put cheese. Okay, well, they're giving me a lot of different stuff. Right? But yeah, I think this is probably the most famous style of cheese in existence. I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know. But they said it's the most copied. Crazy.
Or cheese with holes called Emmentaler are fake Emmentaler. So the Emmentaler Switzerland, the brand is protected by the AOP label, and we have also a bacteria inside our cheese. We are the only cheese brand who are using this one. And so we can not only look on the package if it's original Emmentaler AOP, we can also analyze this product. And so these are our activities, and the brand itself, we have people who are working only for searching the origin between the copies. So it's a big work behind here.
That cheese is freaking beautiful, man. That cheese is freaking beautiful. So you're trying to tell me that even cheese in America is fake? Holy smokes, that is actually crazy. But hey, the more you learn, the more you know. And that's the beauty of learning. You know, you can never shy away from it. You can only accept it and not be fearful of it, you know, because I think a lot of people are scared to learn because at the end of the day, it's going to change their perspective, or it's going to change, you know, how they saw things. And a lot of people cannot, you know, deal with that. So I definitely am surprised. You know, I'm happy to know because I didn't know this. You know, I've always just thought, you know, cheese is cheese and you can make whatever cheese you want and you can claim this is whatever it is, you know. But now I'm realizing that cheese are pretty sacred. You cannot just make, you know, Emmentaler. I really don't know. I that pronunciation. You can't just make a damn cheese and just say it is that cheese. You know what I mean? Swiss cheese. You can't just make a Swiss cheese and say it's a Swiss cheese. It got to be made in Switzerland in a certain location, 20 kilometers away. That's where the milk got to come from. That is crazy. Whew, man. It's a lot of technicalities, but thank you guys for watching this video. Share anything about it in the comment section down below. I'm out of here. Peace.